What's up, chat? I was recording for 5 minutes instead of streaming, so now we're actually streaming. I have set my view thing to unlisted for now, but the second we're live, it's probably going to go live. If I leave this video up and you're watching it back, this part wasn't live streamed, so just real quick, thank you for watching in advance. Remember to subscribe, and I don't know what I'm waffling about. Let's just go live. Alright, unlisted. Public. Done. Save. Should be all good. I haven't checked if my game audio is working yet. I'll figure that out on the fly. I don't quite care right now. Although there is some new sounds on dev server, I'll probably look into them later. Yeah. Let's see. I'll quickly check my audio. Sounds fine. Okay, then let's start looking at this. Oh, I know most people who are going to join in just a minute probably don't really care too much about this. But if you go to... So on the dev server right now, if I need to find a tech tree where I need to GE a vehicle still. If I boost research this, purchase it. If I then hop into the modification screen for this vehicle... Oh, that one I had spaded already. Brah. Okay, that doesn't work, obviously. Let's try a different one. There you go. There's now a button that shows you the purchase cost for all modifications at once. And I know most people don't care about that, but my god, is it nice for when I hop on dev server and I'm trying to just showcase stuff. And with that, I think I'll first quickly mention the J11B because, quite frankly, I don't care about this plane too much. I know there's some people who do. I'm not really interested. It's essentially a J11A, but with domestic, quote-unquote, missiles. The PL-12 is fully domestic, and of course the PL-8 is a Python. Although I do think this is a Python with an IRCCM seeker. This is the first time yet we've seen the PL-8B in-game. Is it IRCCM? I thought it was IRCCM, but I don't see it mentioned anywhere on the missile card. Then again, I'm not very good at reading, so maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be nice for ground RB if you want to have anti-CAS, but beyond that, this is literally folder vehicle worthy, you know? Like, this is the type of stuff that you put as a foldered vehicle behind the J11A, if you ask me. That's also actually a good point. At some point, Gaijin mentioned that from now on, every rank would only have a maximum of 3 vehicles in a vertical direction. This is number 4, so if they hold true to their promise, we'll probably see either the J11B folded behind the J11A, or we'll see the J11A and J11 folder together. Probably, if I had to guess. Do I test fly it? I'll test fly it real quick. And then I'm going to hop onto the things that are actually relevant for this patch, aka the Hornet and the Su-30. Let's see. Yo, it's Wolfus. It's me indeed. It's Werfish H5. Oh. Oh, wow. Right. I need to, there you go. Press that button, and then there's a new control, which is AOA limit, maneuver limits mode. I also need to rebind my, yes it is, my controls in a minute, because I'm still using my old controls, but I've switched how I fly in War Thunder. Let's see. So there's now a new button that you can press, and then the AOA limit comes off. Maneuver mode on, AOA limits off, maneuver mode off. Okay, that's quite clear actually. Alright. So, off it goes. Oh my god! That looks so dumb. Does it go off burner because you essentially are engine stalling yourself? Oh, or am I on arcade? That's probably what's going on. Mid-update? I can see an argument being made for this being a mid-update, most certainly, especially for ground. Let's see. No, that was realistic battle. Wait, why? Huh? Let's try that once more. Bro laughed so much the screen went black. Let me know if I'm too loud, by the way. I'll turn it down. Alright, let's try that once more. Let's take off if the AOA limit's off. Yeah, no. That's whack. So when the limits are on, my burner is on, then I switch to the limits off, and now my burner's off. What's that about? Cringe. God. I remember flying the flankers for the first time, I think it was last year. As in 2023, not 24. That was wild. And now my burners stay on. Nope, never mind. They've gone back off again. And then if you hit the button, they go on. Okay, that's a bit whack. That's ground. Oops. Looking forward to using the AOA on the MiG. Woohoo. Let's see if the MiG gets it. Shall we? Sigma America, great username, asks if the F-18 is worth $80. I don't know. I still have to fly it in-game. And I probably will not tell you if it's worth it or not. It does not have the function. That's sad. Oh well. I will not know if it's worth it until I tried it out. I'm inclined to say no because it's literally $80 for a pixel plane. So, you know, not a great deal. Okay, so I'm going to look at the stuff I find relevant. I want to quickly show you this, the F-18A. I know it's the FA-18. I'm not going to be calling it as such. That's too much of a mouthful. This does not get the AIM-7P. It just gets the AIM-7M. And then this is a 9L and that's a 9L. Don't be confused by the two colors here. It's just very much the standard non-IRCCM missile. And these, I believe, are new walleyes. I think these are TV guided. Yeah, I think they have a thermal camera, but don't quote me on this. Did they nerf Sparrows? I don't know. I've not looked at the data mines yet. Also, every missile performance thing you see on the dev server that is not data mined, take it with a grain of salt, because every time people hop on dev server, they think missiles are buffed, when in reality, the dev server is just a better running environment for missiles to function as they're supposed to, so, yeah. Is it this one that does it? Yes! I was showing this to my friends earlier. When you equip the full Sparrow loadout right now, it slightly misplaces one of them into a funny location. All the other loadouts seem to work just fine, though. Test flight time. Actually, I want to quickly make a loadout with these, because I want to try these. I'm curious what they are. I'm hyped for the Su-30SM and the 77-1, really hoping Russia's competent at top tier again. Well, I think it's certainly going to be a fun plane, in the sense that it's something unique. But really, I think for the most part, it's just going to play like an Su-27SM with more missiles and better missiles that is also slightly slower. TLDR. It's not going to be able to compete with the Eurofighter, I think, just because it shits out too much speed. Although being able to Cobra and R-73 them from behind might be quite funny. Alright, let's test flight this. I want to equip this weapon loadout. We are on realistic battles. I'll do 35 max. Wow. I'll do 20 minutes of fuel for now, around 60%. Probably if I'm playing this, I'll do this. What was I saying? If I'm playing this in my actual game, I'd probably be bringing 30 minutes. I might buy the F-18 to grind SL. Look, if you want to buy the F-18, buy it because you think it's cool. I can promise you right now it's not going to be the best SL grinder. In fact, I'll prove it to you in just a minute. And I can also probably state with pretty big confidence it's not going to be as fun to play as some of the other American premiums. So buy it because you want it, not because you think it's going to be the most reasonable purchase. Also, carriers on test drive maps for Su-33s is quite nice, I like that. This feels way better than I thought it would, acceleration-wise. Let's see, I need to read my chat a little bit. Is there a significant difference between the R-77-1 and the standard R-77? I believe the main difference is range. Basically, that's what it comes down to. It's more akin to the AMRAAMs we have in-game right now than the current R-77. Does that make sense? Let's see, does this have thermals? It does. And then I'm gonna have to use my... No, wrong button. Me when I fumble my keybinds. Alright, let's see real quick. Fire... Air to ground missile. Replace. Oh god. This. I want to rebind this. Oops. That's countermeasures. That's missiles. Sorry, just give me one moment as I rebind this. I completely forgot this is a thing. And fire rocket is also down. Missile. Let's see, under weaponry it usually is found. Ignite boosters, no. Bombs, no. Lock-guided bombs. I'll do it for now, it's fine. It's whatever. It'll have to do. I'll figure it out. Alright. That's my missiles, that's my GBUs. A better booster. Do the R-77-1s have less speed? Oh my god, this thing does like to pull AOA. I mean, of course it does, it makes sense, but... Am I the one hearing the sound? Or is that a new sound? Hang on, let me... Is it a bomb? Ah, that's why it wasn't dropping. It's a bomb. That makes sense, actually. Am I cooking, or is there a new alarm sound when I over G? I don't remember my weapon drop button on this. That's like a bell. Curious. Let me try that with a proper air-to-air loadout. There is, yeah, okay, I'm not cooking then. There is a bell. Alright, I was reading a chat message that asks... Does the R-77-1 have less drag, better booster, or higher speed? I don't know. I'd have to look at the data mines later. I'd assume it has better speed because of a better booster, but not better drag. Unless they fix the, well, rework the drag calculation for the R-77 in general. So if I understand correctly, the F-18A and the premium one share the same engine, and then the C is more powerful. So I'm going to try the C just to experience the airframe for now. And I'm going to quickly make a non-fat loadout. Although it is sick that this thing can carry effectively what 12 missiles, I think? Should be. Let's test drive this. Also, only 60 countermeasures for the C. I think the Hornet has it as part of the audio warning system IRL. I don't know, but that would be cool if they started modeling the sound warnings for different planes individually. Because there are no other jets on the live server right now that have similar sounds. Also, let's see, TWS. God, this comes with a shit ton of bloatware. So many radar modes. All right, let's experiment with the flyby stuff. Does this have a flashbang? But no thermals. Okay. I thought for a second this might have an integrated camera. There is the A10C does the same, as in like the bell sound green. 11 Gs. God, it does dump out speed. Real talk. This doesn't feel as bad as I thought it was. Alright, the A10C apparently also has custom sounds, didn't know. Is there an F-18 for Germany? No, not yet. There's one for Sweden and for the United States. There's 3 for the United States, in fact. This does not shut... Okay, well, I'm going quite fast right now. I feel like this is overperforming. As in, if you look at the acceleration, I'm now going Mach 1. Granted, I'm not carrying all the pylons, but I'm used to F-18 slander saying it's slow. Though this doesn't feel too bad. Alright, AOA limits mobile. Also, 11 Gs sustained is not bad at all. 12 Gs. This feels way better than I expected. 13 Gs for a second? It really is overperforming. It certainly feels like it. It's holding up. Like, so, from what I understand, the F-18 is meant to be an AOA mobile. But right now, it feels more like an F-16. As in, like, it's not really dumping out speed that much. I should probably get an expert crew for this. Is this still my air brake? Yeah, okay, that's my air brake button. Let's see. Let's dump some speed here. There you go. So it does it with the button. Interesting that this does allow me to use the afterburners, unlike the J11, where I was forced to turn my burner off every time I enabled the maneuvering mode. This feels weird. This feels worse than simple planes made by people in 5 minutes, as in realistic. F2 is denied for this update? I don't think... I mean, there were some leaks saying it was coming, but I think they're saving it for another patch. Those flaps are massive. I mean, it makes sense for a naval aircraft to have flaps this big, but still, yoink. Let's raise them. This feels weird. I don't think this is final. Anywhere near final. I think any dogfights that one might do with this right now is kind of useless. I might be wrong, though. I'm not the most goated tournament player or duelist, so... I say not the most goated as if I'm any good at all, but I'm not. Does the J10 have that button? Let's go find out. Let's go find out. It looks like the F-16 flight model. It feels like it, especially at high speeds. I could just be mistaken, though. J10. Okay, well, that's something to keep in mind when you boot up the games, to be careful you don't get the wrong chaff loadout. Su-30SM is the only plane with R-77-1s, correct? Ah, it does not have the button. Sad. I want to check the Eurofighter real quick. The F-18 should be pulling similar sustained range. It just tends to bleed more speed as it can pull a ton of AOA. Yeah, but you have to understand that in War Thunder, when you pitch up, you're pitching up as much as the instructor allows. So while certain planes could, in theory, outrate other planes, that tends to not be too relevant unless you're in like a drooling situation. Let's quickly try out the Typhoon. I want to see if this is the funny button. Can I check the Rafale? I'll check the Rafale as well. Why not? I don't think these will have it, but we'll see. No, doesn't have it. Sad. Does the Gripen have the button? I just don't think any... Oh, it's doing the thing, chat. It's doing the thing where I want to go back to hangar, but it doesn't let me. Oh, there you go. They said they don't? Yeah, makes sense. I wanted to say something, but I completely forgot what. Let me read up chat to see if there's a thing. Right, is the Su-30SM the only plane with the R-77-1? So for right now, I'm confident that it is, question mark? Yes. But from what I understand, the Su-34 is one of the main planes this missile was built for. Could be mistaken on that. I don't really have a reliable source for it. It was a Discord message. There you go. But I can imagine that this might get the R-77-1 as well, just like the SM. Also, I'm gonna quickly show you guys something. So I know I'm an ARB creator. Most people watching my channel probably care about air, but for funny reasons, I enjoy ground too. Also, what happened to my lineup? My lineup does not look like what I made it. Oops. There you go. So what I tend to do is I tend to bring the Su-34 as CAS and then the Su-27SM as anti-CAS. And because these are a different class of vehicle, they are cheaper. When you die in the Su-34, you can spawn the Su-27SM for way cheaper than it would cost to respawn the Su-34. That's how it works with the classes, right? This is classified as a fighter jet. That's classified as a strike aircraft. This can carry the exact same equipment. Give it a minute. It's a dev server. It needs a moment. There you go. This can carry the KH-38MTs as well. So now, when this drops, Soviet players will not just have the best CAS plane in the game, they'll have the best CAS plane in the game times 2. And both of them can be spawned without influencing the spawn point cost of the other one. Which, God. I really hope that changes. Even if technically not true. Oh my god, this is not... Dude. Yikes. 6 R-77-1s, 2 R-73s, and 6 KH-38MTs. Oh. I feel bad for anybody who's going to be trying to game top tier ground after this update. That's funny. And it gets better because the Panzer S1 is the best anti-air in the game, which is arguably the only anti-air that can truly counter the Su-34 and the Su-30. But it's on the same team, so... It's so stupid. Alright, let's quickly... Oh, that's the wrong one. Also still the wrong one. Let's see. So, this can carry a ton of air-to-ground munitions, including a targeting pod, which I don't care too much about. I tend to use the thermal camera on the missiles themselves, so I'll probably just end up, you know, not trading a missile for it. I'll just bring another missile. And then, yeah, you can carry 6. Man, that's a really good loadout. You can also drop the missiles for another bomb if you want to, but then you also have to drop 1 missile for the targeting pod. I don't think it's worth it. What a goated loadout. Now I want to try this one, though. Also, I do like that you can change out some of the R-77s here for the ET and the ER if you really wanted to. There are use cases for that, by the way. Let's see. I wanted to try this, but I really want to get a crew for it. That's the main reason I crewed it. And because this is a dev server and I have 15 million GE, I might as well buy an ace crew. Which, little unrelated side note, but the fact that the ace crew for top-tier vehicles costs quite literally, let's see, over 16 euros. Like, look at this. Oh, well, maybe not that one then, but let's look at another one. I need to crew this in that for now. Like, the qualification for the expert crew is whatever. That's just silver lines. Do I not have enough SL? Oh, that explains it. I was like, what's going on? Need to wait for the dev server. It's loading. Give it a minute. What's the top speed of the J11B? I have no idea, but it's undoubtedly going to be very similar to the J11A. I don't think it has different engines. Anyway, that's SL cost. It's whatever. Like 3,400 GE for an expert crew. For an ace crew, sorry. God. That's a cash grab if I've ever seen one. Right, let's test drive this. Also on 20 minutes, just like everything else. This actually has a lot more countermeasures, which is good. As in, a lot more than the F-18 that we just saw. Air targets. And I'll bring this entire loadout because I want to see it in-game. Oh, it just reset my fuel. Oh well. Does the J11B have a new radar? Great question. I'll look at it later. Can I show the Finnish F-18C? I will. Just know it's identical to the American one, except it doesn't have any air-to-ground. And I believe that on the Russian dev server, BVPD did say that there will be a MLU/later variant coming to the Swedish tech tree that has air-to-ground in another update. Get ready for backflip. You're right, I should just do the backflip. But watching the stream and watching Copsy just literally do a backflip was hilarious. No way. That's... That's so stupid. What? Can we do it again? Can we do a front flip? We'll try that in a minute. This is so dumb. I'm gonna crash. Can I see if the Rafale Micah... Oh, sorry. If the Rafale is Micah IR? It doesn't. I can promise you right now it does not, Chief. That's crazy Ace Combat 7 stuff. Yeah, this is... So the Cobra is a thing you can do, but flying, like, doing a full loop, I don't think it's supposed to work like that. Also, the thrust vectoring looks really cool. I'll give him that. Well done. Let's do a little loop-de-loop. Alright, chat, are you ready? Yoink! This is way too low. Again. Okay, let's try. What? We can hover dance and for 2 SU-34s? Can we really? SU-30s. I keep saying SU-34 because I'm mildly lobotomized. Oops. I was not supposed to open my Discord. I don't know if you can see that or not in the overlay. What a flight model, yeah. Let's see. Let's try that once more. Okay, I keep doing it too low. That's just dumb. Also reading chat in the meantime. Alright, let's see. Green says you can do it. You can fly upright. I'll probably have to dump a bit of fuel for that, so I'll do that in a minute. Oops. Also, can I just say that I think the Su-30SM is the best looking... Well, not just the SM, but the Su-30 in general is the best looking flanker. I love the front canards and I love the twin seat. I think it looks very good proportionally to this jet. The F4 can take off. I think the F4 can take it in a dogfight personally. What? Imagine how stupid the F-22 will be. I think it'll be underwhelming. I think it'll be overhyped. Alright, let's try to do another funny maneuver. I'll count that as a funny maneuver. See, what I want to try is what happens if I do this. Okay, it becomes completely uncontrollable. That's a rudder roll, by the way. Well, aileron plus rudder. Damn, this feels weird. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go back to hangar, dump out all my fuel, and go with an empty loadout. It's not letting me back out. Hello, dear server? Well, it seems that we're captured once more. Bro, Jake left Seacord. I mean, Jake did say he'd do that if the F-18A didn't come with AIM-7Ps. The Su-35 is more maneuverable than the... people speculating about the F-22's flight performance, I think we just have to wait and see. People also thought the Gripen was going to be ass, but then Gaijin decided to pull some performance metrics out of their ass, and now it's really good, so... You never know. We never know. I'm still trying to go back to... Oh, there you go. I was still waiting on it. This is simple planes type nonsense. It is. This is exactly... Maybe there's some people who know the lore, but if you played Simple Planes, there's some people who would build these aircraft using very simple math and thrust vectoring that would essentially just level themselves. Like if you did nothing, it would just fly in a straight line, no matter what angle or AOA you were pulling before. And you could fly upside down and shit. It was very funny. Basically fly it like a helicopter. I need to make a new loadout. Also, am I crazy, or was it not possible to make a new loadout before... while you were trying to go into a test flight? I felt like you couldn't do this before. I might be completely mistaken. Let's see. Let's do limited ammo. Then I'll fire the gun. What's my opinion on the F-18C late? We'll have to wait and see what it's like on the live server, but I think it's just going to be less fun to play than the F-18E, both for air as well as for ground. Yeah, we'll see. It seems like a side grade because it gets way more missiles, but a much worse speed, basically, TLDR. Do you know if the new R-77s are an actual upgrade? Again, I think they have more range. So they're more like the AMRAAMs. Alright, let's see where the gun is. Gun sounds the same as before. Gonna dump all the cannon ammo so we have less weight. I'll do the same with chaff and flares, although I don't know if that actually makes a difference. Oh, oops. I see, my zoom is still bound to scroll. Let's change that. None. Close. Done. Alright. And then we are now on min fuel. Min weight. And I was told... Hang on, let me change this real quick as well, because otherwise I just keep going Spinella. There you go. That's a mouse button I have bound for this now. Let's see. Okay, that is wild. Now let's see, can I do the thing? Please? Please? Plane? I'm not convinced I can do it. This thing is just OP, not gonna lie. In a one circle, probably, because you can just whip your nose around and R-73 the opponent. Nice tilt drag. But past that, I don't think it's gonna be that. The problem with this is, the problem with thrust vectoring and in general, like pulling extreme AOA, is that you're just gonna shit out all of your speed the second you try to maneuver. Go really slow and pull up. We can do that. I think it might be funny. Let's see. Should probably gain a little bit of altitude for this. SpaceX landing, true. Dev server doesn't work for me. Yeah, it's pretty mid. Also, if you're trying to run the dev server, it tends to be a good idea to install it on a different drive than the drive you have your normal server on. Your normal client. Alright, let's see how this goes. Nah, it doesn't really like it. Man, I hope we get a plane one day that actually does have enough thruster weight to carry itself. Maybe if we dump out some more fuel. Let's burn through it. Can I test the AI? I'll take a proper look at the premium F-18 in a minute. Because, you know, if you look at my channel, you'll see a trend. You'll see that most videos on my channel tend to be premium vehicle reviews. And you bet I'm going to be making a review for the F-18C. So I'll have a gander at it in a minute. You just did it? Wait, Green, you, but what fuel are you on when you do it? Su-30SM thruster weight's pretty low? Yeah, it's not got the upgraded engines. Well, it does, but they don't have more thrust. The Su-27SM should have a higher thrust to weight ratio than this. Alright, let's fly around for a little bit, burn off some fuel. Fuel burn on this isn't insane, by the way. It's going down quite slowly. Minimum. Try the 33 on min fuel, you can almost hover. Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't try it with the Cobra button, actually. That might be worthwhile. SM2 gets better engines. Sounds about right. To be honest, this plane is overrated. The R-77-1s are nice, but still aren't as good as the AMRAAM. Arguably, that's true, but I don't really care. Also, the plane isn't very fast, so yeah. I mean, that's a good point. For those who haven't played top tier right now, the meta is essentially just climb to altitude, go Mach Glizzy, stay there, and never slow down. And there's a bunch of planes like the Su-27SM, for example, that just, in theory, aren't too terrible, but their speed just absolutely kills their playstyle. So they get absolutely mogged by stuff like the Eurofighter and such, the Eurobomber. Alright, we're down to 4 minutes. Chat, it's time to do the funny. Let's lose some speed. Gain some more altitude. And then, we. It's so crazy that this is now a thing in War Thunder. If you told me this was going to exist back in 2014, I wouldn't have believed you. Also, it's a cockpit. Ooh, fancy. Wow. Let's see. Can this continue looping? Curious if it can. Yeah, it can. Okay. Let's see if I can reverse my travel direction. Point the nose basically straight up. Keep it there. Ooh. Nah, it doesn't want to do it. That's on 2 minutes of fuel. I'm trying to see if I can make it go up, but it's not really wanting to do that. Oh. Chat? 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 Are we doing it? Maybe. It's hovering very still right now. 23 kilometers per hour. We're going up. Yes, we are. That's really good. I like that. Wow. Okay. You saw it here first, chat. It can go on its back, fall down towards the ground, and it'll min fuel, like absolute min fuel. It has enough power to not just bring itself to a stop, but go back up. Crazy. I'm very excited to see planes like this with better engines. I think it'll be very interesting. Let's see if it'll let me go back to hangar. Least broken War Thunder flight model. Honestly, this doesn't feel that terrible. As in, like, it doesn't feel that unfinished. Can you do me a favor and do a full backflip? I did it earlier, although I do want to see if I can do a front flip. Front flip might be funny. It is probably the best missile kit, except the F-18C, but the low speed, blah blah blah, yeah. I think out of every plane in the game, this currently carries the most missiles. Period. I could be wrong, but I think that's true. As in, air-to-air. If you want to count air-to-ground, I don't know, I have no clue. Let's see, can I do a front flip? God, I really like the twin-seat Su-30. Very, very pretty. The twin-seat flanker, I mean. Alright, front flip. Front flip. Oh, right, I need to press the button. Front flip. That's stupid. Let's do it again. That's very funny. Can we recover? Let's see if we can. That's cool. I think this is going to be one of those vehicles that's very fun to just fly around in custom battles and test flights. Like, this is just a fun flight model. It's such a dumb experience. I like it a lot. This is cool. I'm probably going to crash here again because I'm too heavy, but that's okay. Maybe. Probably not. Let's put our gear down. Nice. Me when I land my SSTO on Minmus in Kerbal Space Program. Love twin-seaters in general. You see, you say that, Mr. I don't know what your name is. Nicky Paws. You say that you love twin-seaters. But have you seen the data-mined twin-seat Harrier? Because I guarantee you won't like that. Because if you haven't seen it, I think it's the AV8B twin seat. You can just Google it on the internet. You'll just have a bunch of twin seat photos. Awful. A twin seat Harrier looks awful. Right then, let's check this out. The Mobile. The Premium. The one and only. We will never sell top tier premiums because we don't want people to buy their way to the top vehicle. This thing, I think it'll be a worse purchase than the F-20. I think this will be a worse purchase than the F-20. And I say that because the F-20 is nice for ARB right now because they moved it to a lower BR than most, not all F-16, so it's actually quite fun right now. 12.3 is currently a really good matchmaker, and this is also 11.7 in ground. So if you buy either of these premiums, then you get a CAS plane. Whereas if you buy the F-18, then, well, it's 12.3, so too bad. Let's see. Quickly moderating my chat. Done. Somebody's spamming messages. $80 though. Let's see what you get for your $80. You get a crap ton of base loadouts that all have the fuel tank, which is, in my opinion, kind of annoying. You get this new walleye, which I showed a bit already earlier, but it's basically a walleye with thermals. It's a guided bomb. It's kind of cool. You get this, which I think they messed up the icon for the bombs because the small ones have the big icon, and the big ones have the small icon. So I don't know what's up with that. You have what is it, 2,000 pounders? 1,000 pounds. People are going to buy this, by the way, and they're going to go bombing. You bet. You bet the first game you will load into at 13.0, when the update drops, you are going to see F-18 premiums fully loaded with bombs. I'm calling it now. That's probably not a good thing, by the way. Well, of course, if you buy the plane, it's nice, but for everyone else, it's going to be annoying. AGMs. Honestly, I'm not a big F-18 fanboy, but I was truly expecting this to get a lot more air-to-ground ordnance. But no, it's fairly limited. Even the F-16 carries more stuff. I thought this would at least get triple racks for the Mavericks, but nope. It gets the laser-guided ones and the IR-guided ones. Honestly, oh, and the AIM-7P, which I want to try out and see if I can get it to work the way I want it to. I'll just make this real quick. Save. I'm not a big oil user. I tend to not bring the fuel tanks. Let's see. Test flight. And I will spawn on the ground for now. Bring 20 minutes of fuel. Yeah, actually, I want to check that real quick. Only 60 countermeasures. Really? They made a fighter attacker with only 60 countermeasures. Huh. That might be a problem at 13.0. That might be a problem. Let's see. Is the ground stuff on the tech tree better? No, it's the same. Actually, I don't know if it's the same, but it's in the same boat. I don't understand why the FA-18 does not get the AIM-7P. Me neither. I think it probably should get them. If it could carry them, I don't see why not. So this does not have the air-to-ground mode that the tech tree one does have. I'm talking about the radar, by the way. It doesn't have the GMTI mode, which... oh no. Anyway. Let's see. So, TWS. Find ourselves a nice juicy target. Please, radar. Alright, we lock him up. Oh, right, I need to click the other button. I fire the missile. I unlock the target. I relock the target. Wow! It works! Now, I want to quickly check it out with the actual M7M to see if I'm not making stuff up, but I think that's the main difference. Let's do... first things first, limited ammo, no. Does this even carry non-AIM-7Ps? No, it doesn't. Yeah, but I think that's the main thing. This gets IOG and data link, which the AIM-7M doesn't. So, Fox 3, but Fox 1, and not really. It's like the R-77R. You can fire it, and then it can lose lock, and it will keep going based on the IOG, and then you can relock the target, and then the missile will reacquire the signal and go for the target. That can be really nice if you're trying to do BVR, because you can essentially lock onto an enemy, they'll go defensive, then you can unlock them, they'll stop going defensive, and then when your missile gets really close, you relock them, they won't have time to defend, and you get that very satisfying ping, you know, the ping, because you get an enemy destroyed. That said, if you're trying to BVR with the AIM-7 at 13.0, that's probably not going to go very well, because you'll be going up against stuff like the FRF Ice and the Viggen. I don't know if the Viggen is still a shit plane, but it does carry the AMRAAM as well. Let's see. Do I think they'll add the Growler? Probably at some point. We'll see. If they add more, because apparently, according to leaks, they have started internal testing of the multi-vehicle anti-air systems, so stuff like Patriot, S-300, S-400, etc., etc. And I guess we'll have to wait and see how they start working with that stuff. Because in theory, they could start adding jamming capabilities, seed capabilities, harm, stuff like that. And in such a case, the Growler might make sense. Does the Gripen C have its voice warning system? I'll have a look at that. That might be interesting. Oh, can I check if the... Okay, I'll check the Netz to see what kind of price that is in just a minute. I wanted to try out the F-18C a little bit, the early. Also, I never knew that there's an opening in the fuselage of the F-18. Then again, I'm not a big F-18 fanboy, so I just didn't know. This plane looks better up close than it looks from far away. Alright. I don't like that bell at all. That's significantly annoying. Alright. It flies interestingly. The AOA limit removal thing is curious. Okay, we're falling out of the sky. It doesn't look better than most USA planes. I agree with that, but I still do think that if you take away the underwing pylons, this thing looks pretty cool. It's not my favorite, though. Bro is not Maverick, I know. Oops. Let's see if I'm curious what that looks like from the ground. I kind of want to check out a replay to see if it looks like what I've seen at air shows. F-14 is hotter. You see, hot take. I don't like the F-14 that much visually. I think it looks kind of mid. It's a really cool plane. It's just not my favorite. Let's see. Hot take. I know. That's quite the statement to make. The Netz. That's annoying. I already have it, which means I can't see if it's a vehicle or not that you can purchase. Can somebody tell me if this is a GE premium? I think it is a GE premium for like 9,270 GE, probably, but I could be mistaken. AIM-7P is underrated. I really like it. I mean, it's nice. It's still just worse than stuff like the R-27R at 13.0, though, so we'll see. It's a pack? Okay. That's curious. Also, can we talk about this? I think this is interesting. Does this have it? Yes. This has a 3.4 SL modifier. This vehicle, I think, cost $50 at the time. The Netz will cost around 80, and its SL modifier is much worse. Much. I say much. It's relatively speaking, but it's still what is that, 0.3525 lower? And I think the same is for the... Yeah, that's disappointing. Again, you can get planes like the... Well, not that one, but this. 3.8 SL modifier. And this has 3.15. That's disappointing. I don't know. I feel like when we're getting these more and more expensive premiums, I feel like it's fair if they cranked it up to a 4. Or a 4.2. But, you know, I'm not Gaijin, so unfortunately I can't change it. Anyway, I want to look at the Netz. Also, can I just say that I am proud of Gaijin for making the Kafir an event vehicle instead of a premium? Because this would have been a great premium to have released around Christmas time, but they didn't. they're giving us the Netz now. Which is funny because it's the same plane with just more countermeasures and slightly bigger elevators, so it's arguably a pay-to-win Netz. Yeah, it gets, what is it, 160 countermeasures? It gets air-to-ground, which is nice. Not great air-to-ground, but I think the people who are playing Israel ground, which, why, what are you doing, will probably appreciate that they can now buy a premium and get air-to-ground capability. That tends to be quite nice for ground players, I don't know, when you can buy a premium that's also usable in ground. Let's do 24 minutes. Finnish F-18 is the same as the American F-18, yes, except it does not carry air-to-ground ordnance. The Swedish F-18s, the Finnish ones, the early ones, did not carry air-to-ground. It has radar, of course, but I'm turning it off on this jet because, well, I don't have radar missiles, so you might as well not ping the enemy RWR. This is a test flight, I know, but, you know, have it. This plane has an interesting camo. It looks a lot darker than the other Netz camo. Now, does it fly like an F-16? Let's confirm. Yes. Wow. Very cool chat. Did not expect this. I'm curious if its flight model will be slightly different from the actual Netz, given it has larger horizontal stabilizers. I think this will be a very solid premium, by the way. If you're buying a premium for Israel before buying a premium for every other nation first, what are you doing? But if you really want to buy a premium F-16, I guess now you can. And in that purpose, I think it's going to be quite nice. It doesn't have a cockpit yet. Curious. What's the thing on the front? Has a... Oh, that's not a round dial. That's just a icon for something. Yeah, feels like an F-16. Flies like an F-16, looks like an F-16, smells like an F-16. It's an F-16, except you have to pay for this one. No premium MiG-29 yet? No. And I'm curious if we'll still be getting one, because I can imagine them adding a premium two-seat to Germany, for example. Also, I was really expecting the Su-33 to be a premium, but it's not. Genuinely blows my mind this is not a premium. Did Rafale get a new missile? No, it did not. Which makes a lot of sense, because the only missile it could get is the Mica IR, and that would completely ruin the game. Let's see. Somebody asked me a question if I could show them this, which I can, and I will quickly buy all the modifications. And as you can see, it's identical to the American one in terms of air-to-air, except 0 air-to-ground. Like, there's just literally nothing. Let's see, where is the altitude? Oh, I'll spawn on the aircraft carrier, actually, why not? And we'll do 20 minutes of fuel. Isn't a two-seat MiG-29 radarless? Yeah, but that could still work. I think they could move it at a lower BR and only give it R-73s, for example. The Netz has a radar, but it has no radar missiles, for example, so we'll see. Alright, the Finnish F-18. Again, on the Russian dev server, they did say they will be giving us a Finnish F-18 with air-to-ground at some point as a separate plane later down the line. It's very much the same plane. Also does have HMD, right? Oh, chat, this is not good. Uh-oh. I thought this would get HMD. Uh-oh. What BR is this? 14.0? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Does the American one have HMD? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. This, I'm sure this has HMD. Customization. Yeah, HMS. Helmet mounted sight. Uh-oh, chat. Looks like the Swedes are getting shafted once more. Oh no, that's That's very... Yep, doesn't have an HMS. Oh, no. Honestly, they should just give it an HMS anyway. Just like they did with the Gripen A, you know, and the Rafale also has an HMS. When it doesn't IRL, at least not this specific version we have in War Thunder. Oh, that's really not good. For the people who slept under a rock, which fair enough, rocks tend to be very comfortable apparently. The what is it called? The Mobile, this one, the OCU F-16. When this dropped, it didn't have an HMS as well. Granted, it also had absolutely no countermeasures compared to every other 13.7, so it was pretty shit for many reasons. But not having an HMD at this BR was awful. Like, it was dreadful. So seeing the F-18C at a higher battle rating with no HMD, yikes. Yikes. And no air to ground, so you wouldn't be playing it for ground. Oh, I'm sorry, Swedish mains. I guess just yet another reason to not be a Swedish main anymore. Let's see. German premium helicopter. I'm not a big helicopter care person, but there you go. It's the Spanish one, I think, that gets pars. No, Hellfire Ks. Okay, they're not bad. Acceptable. Acceptable. This will probably be nice if you have the premium tank thing that I forgot the name of. Canadian. There you go. It's a lower BR, but it'll probably work just fine. The HMD would probably be added later, likely. The thing is, like I said, Gaijin has, on many occasions, given planes that don't have a helmet-mounted sight, i.e. this, they've still given planes the helmet-mounted sight anyway, because A, other aircraft from the same airframe later down the line would get it anyway, and B, because helmet-mounted sight in War Thunder, especially at top tier, is basically a must. So we'll see. 1 second. Considering copying the Leopard to a 4M, thoughts on it? I have played it like 4 times, so I'm not the person to ask. That said, it seems to be a really solid premium if you want to grind through the German tech tree. Although personally, I'd pick up this. It's the same rank, it's cheaper, and it's a more interesting battle rating, I think. Also gets a much stronger lineup. Let's see. Any other interesting things, chat, that I should look at that I have yet to touch? I think I've shown this. Right, that's something I wanted to check out real quick. The F-18 engines. Oh, come on. I'll just quickly do this, actually. It's easier if the game updates. And I'll also quickly buy some SL before I run out again. Don't buy SL with GE, by the way. That's only happening because this is the Dave server. Alright, so this is the A. This is the C. Premium, so the early. And this is the C late. Let's see. You have 8,000. Oh. That's very unfortunate. Oof. Okay, that's quite a bit less. That's 1,600, give or take, less together. That's kind of mid. That's kind of mid. Also, these flight controls, they're quite big, so I think this plane is probably going to be quite vulnerable. Yeah, unfortunate. We don't get to see the A. I think this is the same engine, though. Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. So these two have the same engine. Then the late gets the upgraded engines. And I think this one also gets the... Well, that's not what I want to look at. This also gets the upgraded engines. Oh. Uh-oh. Chat. I think we might have a new contender for... No, that's just wrong. Hang on. Oh, it's because it's not spaded. Is that it? No, it's spaded. Huh? What? Why does this have higher thrust? What's up with that? Probably just a dev server thing. It's the same engine, right? Yeah, weird. We'll have to see if that's accurate, and the Swedish one does have a worse thrust. That'll be quite sad, but I don't think it's supposed to be a thing. I think that's a fault, a bug. 2 questions. Is the dev server open? Yes, I'm on the dev server. And second question, how did I get that much GE? If you're a content creator and you hop on the dev server, Gaijin gives you all the stuff so you can showcase it to viewers, like I'm doing now. Let's see. Some pay-to-win premiums to come. Players whine, curse, then in 2 weeks later they line up to buy them. You say that, but Gaijin has been on a roll of adding absolute abysmal dogshit premiums for like the past months. This is trash. Not pay to win, just trash. And the same can be said for other things as well that they've been adding recently. Like this, don't. There's some other stuff as well, like why. And to some extent, the same can be said about this. Yeah. Also, this is a higher BR than the A, but it's going to play exactly like the A, with the only difference being the AIM-7P. If you ask me personally, I think they should move the F-18C early down to 12.7. Because as of right now, it looks like the A would technically be the better plane. Mind you, this premium can face this. So it's going to get absolutely slammed, like completely. Hi Wolvis, new gamer here. What's up, Greenlandic? Can I see the premium weapon options on the... Or, can I see the weapon options on the premium F-18? Sure. There you go. I'll show you this, actually. This are the options. Just it's okay. Right. Gripen C. I wanted to test if it has a new voice thing. Okay, dev server, we can load. I'll quickly give this an A screw just because funny. By the way, on the string it did say that would be the same. Did they say that the premium would be the same BR as the F-18A? Because if true, that's good. Because again, otherwise it's... Yes, then it would be a pay-to-win F-18A, that is true, but I'd prefer that to be the case than have it be a lot worse at a... Well, not worse. Have it be at a higher BR for no real reason. I don't think the AIM-7P is enough of a performance difference to make a genuine difference. Also, I want to clarify my statement. I'm not saying I like pay-to-win premiums. I just think it's okay if a premium vehicle is just ever so slightly better than the Czech 3 variant. Like, I don't really care too much. I'd rather have that be the case than people spend $80 and they end up with abysmal dog shit, you know? Please show the Tiger HAC weapons. I just did. Just scroll back a bit for the timeline. It's Hellfire's Ks and Mistrals. Let's see. This has no funny button. Chat, I really hope that Gaijin gives us more funny buttons for more planes. I think funny buttons are fine. God, I love abysmal dog shit. Well, then you should buy the buy the Viggen. The premium Viggen. Let's see. Nope. 0 voice warnings. Too bad. Is the premium Netz worth it? I said it already for the premium F-18. I'll say it again for the premium Netz. I don't know. And even if I give you my opinion now, the matchmaker on the dev server is going to change when the patch drops. The matchmaker is going to change. The overall experience is going to be slightly different. So if you want to know whether or not you should buy any of these aircraft based on whether or not they're good, just wait for the reviews to come out once the patch drops. Is the Netz worth it? I don't know. I probably don't think it is because there is nothing here that's worth researching. Let's see. Somebody said something. Oh, 5 seconds of Warspite? Sure, I'll give you 5 seconds of Warspite. Chat, look at this. No, wrong button. Look at this. Wow, boat. Very beautiful. Anyway, we're going back to the relevant stuff now. I wanted to check something real quick. Once more. Where is it? Modifications. Somebody said this is better than the premium one in terms of loadout. Oh, that's actually a good point. I didn't think about this. Well, they can just give it they can just give this a higher BR in ground battles. But from the looks of it, this is far more capable in air to ground. Everything else for air to air though, this is well the same, really. Slightly better technically, but it's the same. Well, I think I've looked at everything so far. Is there anything I've yet to look at, chat, that I think that you guys would want me to look at? So patch drops in 2 weeks. Could be a week, could be a few days. It's always hard to tell. It depends a little bit on what Gaiden wants to do. I think last time we had a 1 week long dev server period. We've also had 2 week long periods, so it changes. Could you test fly the F-18A late? I tried to... It gives you a circle. Okay, that's interesting. I want to try that. Sorry, I'm not really reading the full thing. I think it's showing a circle. Well, this person is saying there's a circle that showcases where to fire your missile, which I want to test. Oh, rapier. I'll check out the rapier. What about France? I don't care about France. No, that's not true. I don't think there's anything in there right now. So on the dev server, when Copsy was playing either the F-18 or the SM, there were some circles showing up in front of aircraft. And I'm curious as to what they were. Hello? Oh yeah, look. You see that circle there? What's that for? What is that for? Oh yeah, that might be what it is for, actually. As in, like, if you point your nose of your plane there, that's where the missile wants to go after it's off the rail. So it's a missile lead. That's cool. I was admittedly kind of hoping that it would just be an indicator of where the plane is, even if it's not spotted in TWS, but nope. I hate that bell. That bell is stupid. Yeah, this does have a helmet-mounted sights. Oh, right. I already discussed that. Never mind. Do I think the J11B is going to be better than the S-shoot? No. No. The J11B will not be better than the S-30SM in BVR. It will also not be better in a dogfight. It won't be better at anything, really. It will just be worse. No new jet for Japan? Nope. Nothing. Absolutely nada. Nothing for France. Nothing for Italy. Oh, hang on. Hang on, chat. Wait a minute. Nothing for Italy, he says. Let's have a little gander. Give it a minute. Again, dev server, it needs some time. This has no modifications. What's this? I haven't seen this yet. It doesn't have a picture. It doesn't have countermeasures. It doesn't have any air-to-air missiles. Doesn't have any bombs or any ordnance. So that probably means it's very much work in progress. It's stock officer. Placeholder, yeah, it looks like it. Wow. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what this... Oh! It'll have a targeting pod, it seems. That one, of course, isn't the right one. Yeah, it'll... Alright, we'll have to wait and see. Curious. We didn't get to see this on the dev server. That's, I completely missed it. But yeah, it's a secret plane, chat. A secret plane. New vehicle. Man, it has absolutely nothing. No, it has belts. That's good, I guess. We'll see. It's the same BR as the 1995. So I assume it's going to be the same thing. Then again, that could also be a placeholder BR, so we'll have to wait and see. It might be a similar thing as the GR4. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea about this plane. It's called the MLU... The IDS MLU RET-8. That's a long-ass name. China gets the J11B, which is completely irrelevant, and the only people playing this are probably going to be people who are grinding through China anyway. I don't think this is worth your time, honestly. It's going to play the same as a J-11A, but slightly better missiles at a higher BR where you get to face the Eurofighter every game. Nothing for Japan. Nothing for Great Britain. Of course, there is the Rapier, which I always thought the Rapier was some kind of goated. Some goated mobile. But no, it's 10.0. Looks cool, though. I really like the way this vehicle looks. It's such a goofy looking thing. My guy got the entire gaming setup. Wow. Good for him. Also weird ass looking sight. I think this is a radar. Yeah, it is. And there's one here, of course, as well. That looks kind of goofy. The drying rack radar. It has camouflages. Probably just the standard stuff. Yeah, it is. Okay. Anything else? No, I think Italy gets a premium tank. Which, I mean... Oh, I don't have it purchased. Wow, that's kind of shitty. I'll test drive it so it gets the reference loadout. You're probably going to be using this. Oh, the new shell cards look sick. I like that. You see, it's funny because they took away a bunch of the functionality from the forums, but they're now adding it to the game. That's cool. I like that. Good on Gaijin for giving us more information. More information is good. Let's do 18 shells. Please, how do I set up the Cobra button? Look in controls under aircraft for... What was it called? I think it was called limit. Like, just type in limit. AOA limit. I think I found it through limit. 1 second. Wow. It's an Ariete with grip. Drip. Does it destroy a tank? Yes. Well done. Another premium. Okay, well, I guess we're getting one of these now. As a premium vehicle. Do I care? Not really. I do think it's interesting, though, because I believe this makes Italy the second nation with a second 11.7 premium. The US has the RDF and the M1A1 Marine Corps one. Italy is now getting... Oh, we cannot go back to hangar. Italy is now getting this, as well as, of course, the Centauro RGO. Which, out of those two, I'd probably buy the RGO. Rapier missile stats, I'll gander at them in a minute. The exhausts on this look really weird. Kind of cute. Can we go back to hangar? No. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to be driving this for just a minute until the game decides we can go back to hangar. This gun sounds awful. Let's listen to it once more. It's not too bad, actually. It sounds worse, but I think it's the echo I'm hearing. Yeah, the echo is weird. There's like this, there's this initial punch, you know, the gunfire sound, and then there's a... You hear that? It's like a second one. That doesn't sound very good. Not to me, anyway. Yeah, that sounds weird. Especially because I'm hearing the explosion before I hear the... I don't know, that's weird. It's cool looking, though. The Ariete's a cool looking tank, anyway. Can someone explain why my dev server won't load? Probably because it's shitting the bed. Dev server be like. Let's see. Any other interesting comments I can read while I'm waiting for my game to go back? I'll have a look at the APHE belts on the Ariete, the aircraft Ariete, in a minute to see if that one gets it as well. What line will the F2 come in? Probably, they'll probably put it after the F-16 AJ, realistically. I think, if I'm just guessing, of course, just like anyone else, but that would make the most sense to me. Let's see. I think this will be a cool premium, by the way. If you want to grind in Italy, you'll have the option. Again, personally, I'd probably buy the that instead. Let's see. What was I going to look at again? I forgot. Missile stats of the Rapier. I think that was it. Pardon? Let's see. So it has two of them. The Mark II, of course, is the relevant one. 8 kilometers of range, 22 Gs. We can test drive it, actually. I just realized. I forgot that there's a dev server where I can just GE everything with no consequences. Have I tried out the F-18? Yeah, if you scroll back through the timeline, you can probably find some footage of it. I tried it out a bit. Let's see. F2 is just a better version of the F-16, I guess. I don't know to what extent better is true, but it's certainly a more elaborate version of the F-16. Give the dev server a moment, by the way. It's it's taking its time. It's not even showing me the cancel button because it knows it can't do it. Try the new Spanish Tiger? I won't. It's a Tiger with Hellfires and Mistrals. It's not anything interesting. Sorry. Rafale radar buff? Is it a buff, though, or is it just fixing it even more? Because it still doesn't work like it's supposed to. No, I guess we can't buy it today. The best part of the entire stream was watching Walvis embrace his inner child playing the H-30. True. I don't know. Planes like that are goofy, that fly goofy, that are fun to play in a test drive environment. I like those. They're cool. I'm sure that everybody watching the stream probably has had that one vehicle they've played in a test drive more than they've played in an actual game. I sure have. One of them for me would be the Swedish S-Tanks. The premium especially. I wanted to test drive this, but it's not letting me right now. I might come back to it later. Do the Soviets get anything interesting? I mean, not really. I know this has just been added, don't get me wrong. I know the artillery piece, but it's very shiny. Who waxed my tank? What? I guess they really want to show off ray tracing, even though my card doesn't support it. Also, it looks like it's squatting. That's kind of funny. This is yeah, I don't really care about this at all. Also, maybe it has the proper shells now? That's not real, is it? That's not real. Is that real? Oh, but it only has 480 grams of explosive mass. I swear that's not that much compared to... Let's see. I think this gets way more, no? No. Oh no, I'm wrong. 480 grams of explosive mass. NAPHE. That seems like it'd be funny. Oh, internal server error. Keep shitting the bed. Anything else? Anything else? Germany got the Clovis, as well as France, I guess. Again, very shiny. Interesting. Weird. Doesn't look very good. I hope that's not a mainstay. I hope that's a bug. Also, this vehicle... Why would you... You can just buy that. And that's way better, no? I don't know. I guess the one for France makes a bit more sense, but even then, I think the AMX-30 Super is probably going to be more enjoyable. That said, you can buy the AMX-30 and the Clovis at the same time. Let's see here. Is this also shiny? Yes, all of them are shiny. Interesting. That's a 20 mil, right? Yeah, 20 mil. I don't know. I don't really care too much for these premium tanks. They, I'm sure that people like Justin and others will make some content showing what it's like, but I don't really care too much. Also, finally, so for people who don't know the lore, the DF, which I believe stands for Deutsch Französisch, I could be completely butchering that, has been in the German tech tree since forever. And the entire idea behind this vehicle is that it's a German-French design. It was co-developed. But then Gaijin only put it in the German tech tree forever. And then people kept asking, hey, can you add it to France? Can you add it to France? Can you add it to France? Gaijin, of course, didn't. And only now that they're adding the premium prototype wackadoodle thing, they've decided, oh, by the way, we'll also give the DF-105 to France. Why? Why has it taken literally years? It could have been done literally the same patch the vehicle was introduced. Oh well, so be it, I guess. It's not like France desperately needs more light tanks. I'm clueless. Actually, to be fair, around that BR, it's not too bad. Anything else? Oh, yeah. This thing. The M48 with the Fnui gun. I like this. This looks visually very stupid. It's very American from this era. You know, they would take a tank and then throw on there whatever equipment they needed, and they did not care about the way it looked, and it shows. Bloody got the orb, the ball. Oh, that's awful. The horizontal turret drive on this. One shell anywhere to your hull. You can't move your turret anymore. That's dreadful. It's gonna have HSTVL/RDF syndrome. Yeah, well, that's an SPA. I don't really care too much about it. It's basic. I think it got the same belts on the dev stream. It had the same belts as the, yeah, as the. Actually, let's check this out real quick. As the Gepard. Let's see. Oh, it's no longer shiny. Somebody unwaxed my tank. I wanted to see if I bring you... Uh-oh. Chat, can I bring just exclusively APDS? Can I test the F-15A's AOA limiter? Sure, I'll have a look at it in a minute. No, it's only 40 rounds. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Oops. It's no longer using the keybind I'm used to. This thing is fast fire, right? I mean, it makes sense. It's basically a Gepard gun. A little uninteresting, though. I don't really care too much about this vehicle. Does the F-16... Oh, sorry, the F-18C really only get 60 countermeasures? Yes, let me show you. And also, that's the thing in general. 60 countermeasures total, and I don't think it gets any BOL pods. I might get BOL pods later, but it doesn't right now. Yeah, and it's the same for the premium one, although that's less of an issue because it's a slightly lower BR, right? But this is not going to be... I don't think this will be very fun to play. It's going to be annoying to go defensive in this jet because its flight model probably won't be too great for its BR. While it does have a fuck ton of missiles, I don't think that matters too much at the end of the day. It's going to play probably like the F4S versus MiG-23ML meta when the MiG-23ML was still actually good. As in the flight model was still good. It not having them is unrealistic. You mean BOL pods? We'll see. I'm surprised that I didn't give the premium F-18 AMRAAMs. Me too. Honestly, I was expecting this to get AMRAAMs. But nope, doesn't have them. I guess they're saving them for the F-14D premium. At some point. Let's see. What else? Somebody asked if I could check out the F-15A real quick. I'll give it a quick rundown. We'll see how it does. And probably after that, I might call it a day. I don't think there's anything I haven't looked at so far. Does the Rafale get the AOA limiter? I don't think it does. I think everything except for the new vehicles does not get an AOA limiter. Yeah, this doesn't get it. No. Then what I'll do now is I'll play just a few games in the Su-30SM because I want to see what it plays like in a match. Let's see. Where is it? USSR. Oh, this is going to be such a stupid air-to-ground loadout, by the way. This lineup here with two spawnable cast planes. Air realistic battles, 2 battle. Let's have a go. Let's see how this goes, chat. Can you test drive all the new planes? You can test drive them just like you can with other aircraft on the live server. So if you already own the vehicle before, you can test drive it. Otherwise, you're going to have to grind it. But I think there's a 5x speed grind or something like that. Oh, right, and I wanted to look at the Ariad's potential APHE belt. I'll have a gander at that. Let's see, I'm going to go with 30 minutes of fuel. I think that's plenty. I'll go with slightly more chaff. Probably about this much. And I have to remember that my controls are scuffed. So I should not immediately murder myself. And a surprisingly full game. I mean, I guess it is the first day of dev server, but usually that's not the case. I'm gonna switch to TWS. What's my controls for this again? I don't remember. We're gonna be stuck on 50 kilometers, unfortunately. And I guess I will need to... Is my gear up? Yeah, okay. My flaps are up. Then I will quickly see if I can fire my missile. Lock. Replace. Add. Yeah, that should mean okay, good. Then I should be able to play the game now. Give me 1 second. I will quickly enter this. And we have been launched at. Of course, it's small Spain, so that makes sense. Oh, it switched to IR. Why is that? Is that this button? Ah, it's this button. That's why. Again, I have completely redone my controls since the last dev server, so that's why I'm running scuffed controls right now. Let's see. Did he die already, or is he just gone? No, he died. Okay. This map doesn't really allow for BVR, unfortunately. Well, not too much, anyway. It flies a little bit like the Su-34, by the way, at high speed. It's not very agile. Then again, I guess that's fine. That's probably better for energy management. Also, my game isn't too happy with the... It's not running too well, I guess is a good way to say it. Also, my radar scope is the wrong one. Oh, so be it. Ooh, he died? Okay. My dev server still says storm warning. Mine did the same. But then when I opened it and updated it, it was fine. That's probably going to hit the ground. That was not a good launch. Oh! I opened my Discord overlay. I was very focused on not dying, and then I opened my Discord overlay accidentally. Oops. My button to activate the Cobra thing, as well as shift at the same time as my Discord overlay, so it keeps opening. I was trying to hope that I could hit the Cobra button, flip my plane around, and then not get shot down, but unfortunately that did not happen. Let's see. I want to try something, actually, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to make a loadout that is FNUI. FNUI loadout. Not meta loadout, FNUI loadout. Which, to be fair, is still, what, 7, 8 Fox 3s? Yeah. That's dumb. Let's do another run. Let's do another run. Could you check out the new Leopard? Turret rotation modules, what? Huh? What are we talking about? Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can show you real quick. This should have them. Weapon drives. Hello? There you go. I think that's what you're talking about. It's a lot bigger than it was before. I have, in the M1, I guess, is the same story. And then I hop back into him. Out. Wrong button. Oh, come on. Let's see, X-ray. Yeah, same. Oh, God, that's massive. Oh, that's going to be... oh, no. Oh, that's not good. Well, as in, that's not going to be fun. Also on the breach. So if you nail it right there, it can't go up or down anymore. Curious. Curious, curious, curious. And also the Ariete. I guess I'll quickly check that while I'm here right now. This does not get belts. Oh, it does. Ground belts. They're not the same, though. They're APHC, they're not HFAP. The HFAP belts are absolutely overpowered. That's why they took them away. Also, air targets. Happy. Right, SC-30. Let's try that once more with the FNUI loadout. And if your claim is true and only time will tell, Gaijin, it won't matter because of thrust vectoring. J11B is much worse than the Su-30SM in every aspect. Yeah, basically. I hate Gaijin modeling turret baskets as part of the turret ring. Me too. But then people complained enough that something was changed, so yeah, it's kind of, you know, tit for tat. Players complained, Gaijin made a change. I keep forgetting the snowy maps exist. This was taken out of rotation for so long, I basically forgot it's real, the Moscow map. Alright. Nice. 2 of them. Chat, there's 2 of them that died immediately. Good one. Alright. This will be the game and then I'm off. Then I'm gonna be gone. Then I've been live for like, what, an hour? Hour and a half? Something like that? I don't actually know. I've not really been paying attention. Just enjoying the dev server. I kind of want to try the gaming in this. I'm curious if it's viable or not. I'll keep this up, actually. Can I keep it up, or does it... No, I can't keep it up. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see... IRST mode... No... No... Yes! There you go. Hello, please test fly the Swedish F-18. I already did. It's currently worse than the American one. It does not get air to ground, and it does not get a helmet-mounted sight. So, it's going to be abysmal if they drop it as is. Are those planes really more than 50 kilometers away, or is my radar just blind? No, my radar is just blind. Oh no, that was 50 kilometers. Let's give them a little run for their money, shall we? Let's have a little gander. Oh, I thought, what am I hearing? What's the F-18 behind us? Top guy is gone defensive after launching. The second guy as well. We should probably do a similar thing. Seems like we have a pretty big blind spot at the bottom of our plane. Yep, we do. Oh, that's not good. Also, we're only going Mach 1 right now, which is not very impressive. Let's see if we can just simply outrun the missile. I don't think we can, but we'll find out. Yeah, this thing's not very fast. Compare this to the Eurofighter and oof, unfortunate. Does the R-77-1 feel any different? It's supposed to have more range, but this is literally my second time using it, so we'll see. Both of these will miss, by the way. Yep, they will. Alright, I'll turn in, and I'll hit the deck, actually. Have to be a bit careful with my fuel. It's getting relatively low. Down to 20 minutes. I'll drop some altitude. Unknown pilot. I think I've seen that username before. And then let's see. The enemy team is still about half alive. I want to see if I can use the funny button in a game, you know, like hit the button, do the Top Gun thing, flip my jet around, crash into the ground probably. Nexus, he died, unfortunate. There's a launch from that direction. Also, there's a guy way up. Let's bully him, shall we? Do we bully him twice or just once? Let's see if we can bully him twice. Let's see if we can bully him twice, chat. Let's see if he's a chaff user or a flare user. And that guy's on my 6. That's okay, we can probably set the deck here. Not have to worry about defending. Oh, I forgot how big these planes are. Oh no. And that's a tree. Of course. And the 2 missiles I sent off didn't hit. Well, chat, that was a pretty terrible run, but it's okay. I'll send off the stream anyway. Been live for a little while now. If there's anything you want to see from the dev server, if you scroll back through the timeline, I'm sure I tried it out at some point. Is the F-18C light? Absolutely not. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Have a great one. Goodbye.